make the money here worthless. Anyway, Sam is going to try to do like they did in Malaysia, Indonesia, all the tiny tigers years ago, and what they did to Japan. That's not going to work. Remember, Japan was selling everything to the U.S., was on a roll in the 80s and the 90s, and all of a sudden, bam. So the U.S. thinks with their global thing, we did it to the tiny tigers, and we did it to the Japanese, and we're going to do it to the Chinamans. Not this go round. See, they don't have, they can't read the signs. When it's all over, it says close it, they close it, all the shops is closed, Sam's eyes are wide open. Oh, they're closed, good. We could go faster down the street. Yeah, downhill, that's where you headed. Anyway, let me speed up here. Oh Allah, I have appeared to you with my needs. My judgment is faulty, and my deeds feeble. O the kind, the merciful, I am in need of your grace. O the supreme judge of all affairs, the curer of hearts. As you keep water of two seas flowing together, separate by your power, in such a way that one retains its sweet taste while the other remains sour. You know, two seas sometimes, it actually don't mix. And even the fresh water coming out of the ocean don't mix for a long time. That's why I remember the saying about lower your bucket. They couldn't even see land. That's why the guy would say, hey man, send us some water. He said, lower your bucket. Because it's going to be a long time before that fresh water and that salt water mix. Okay, I'm going to speed up. Keep me away, flowing together. Separate by your power in such a way that one retains a sweet taste while the other remains sour. Keep me away from the hellfire and the punishment at the sight of which man will wish to die, and the chastisement of the grave. O Allah, if you have promised a believer for a blessing, or decide to grant him a blessing without any prior promise of it, of which my wisdom was unable to think and feel the need, for which I had neither wished nor begged for, I now, O the Lord of the worlds, ask of you that blessing, and by your mercy eagerly hope that you will grant it for me. Now, this is asking Allah. If I was so dumb and out of space that I didn't even know how to ask for certain things that I needed, I didn't have no knowledge of something that I needed. I didn't know how to ask for it because I didn't know I needed it. And you know what I need. Overlook my ignorance, basically is what it's saying. Overlook my fault and inability to ascertain my own needs. And I'm asking you to cover those needs that I have that I don't even know that I have a need for that stuff. That's real trust. Okay. O Allah, whose tie is strong and commandment just, I beseech you for peace on the doomsday and paradise in the hereafter, along with the servants or bondsmen who are close to you and always remain busy in ruku and sajda, that is, in prayers and worship, and are distinguished for adherence to promise. O Allah, you are the most merciful, most loving, and sure accomplishers of what you plan. That is, of course, this is saying that's your attribute. O Allah, make us such that we become a source of guidance to others and are ourselves blessed with guidance. Now, that fits what we're asking Allah specifically, that today in this period, we want to be a source of guidance for others and guide it ourselves. We want, right? That we want to play a part in this stuff. The people are here, but they don't know what to do. We're going to tell the people, trust in yourself, confidence in yourself. I don't care if you have every Saturday at the school where kids go and rake up leaves or do what they do, right? Or go down to the river, or small boats go, you know what I mean? 1 day a week and clean up, da-da-da-da-da. That's the beginning. But don't ask boss man for nothing, right? If you're so greedy, keep it. That's the way you get him. Keep it. And tell everybody, do not go down there begging for anything, because then he got a hook in you. Go do it yourself. You want to solve America's problems? Get people out of them computers and off this, and get them out of active with each other, right? So they feel like I have some power, some authority, right? If you want to make California better, stop walking, driving to every store, smoking up everything. Instead of going in LA, I-10 is about 50 lanes. It's not 50 lanes, but it's a lot of lanes out there. Going into LA, an hour and a half out of town, out in the desert. Yeah, when I'm going into LA, if I'm gonna go through LA, I don't go around certain times because it's ridiculous. It's been over 20 years. No, it was 25, 81, 82. I made a mistake and drove through 10 going into LA. I said, good God, in the morning, finished. It took 3 hours to get through town. 3 or 4, it took maybe 4 hours. You can't do it. So the people got to have, if you're coming from a certain town, going into LA, okay, have some stops there, and you got one in your car, pick up 5 people, 4 more people, right? It puts people, all of those things put people back together. It's simple. It's things you can do now, right? And those are going, when you're going back out, either the same people drive by and pick you up going out where you're going, or you get, there's too many ways to do it. You know, at every off-ramp on the freeway, when you're way out of town, people can been brought so far, and that people coming off the freeway also picking up, going back on the freeway, because they was only going 30 miles out of town. You're going, I mean, the guy picked you up, he's going 30 miles out of town, but you're going on I-10, okay, good. Somebody else coming by going all the way, so let me pull off this highway till I can fill up again, fill up with people. I'm trying to say, all of those things are easy. We have just got, our habits are bad. You know, people will drive to the store 2 blocks up there instead of getting out and walk. right? You don't see people walking with shopping bags anymore. They won't last because they didn't. But I'm trying to tell you, what we're going to introduce is what everybody sees. We're going to get Hollywood involved, and we're going to get all them people, because most of those people out there are not bad. They just have miserable lives themselves. No, because they taught them, all those people in Hollywood, those were poor people like us. Then they went to acting school and they got rich and famous and found out that the richer they got, the more famous they got, the crazier they got. But when you work with people and you're interacting with reality, takes that crackpotism away. You don't need a psychiatrist. You're participating in, what if the movies are all the producers' solution movies, you know what I mean? And not that stuff way off in the future shooting everybody with space guns, but real stuff that's happening right here, right now. Right? The dialogue. Okay, let me speed up. Can you turn that heat cooler off just for a second? Not that I'm free. Is anybody else cool? Y'all not cool? Yeah, it's okay. So, O Allah, this is my supplication to you, and to accept it is in your hands. This is my humble effort to attract your favor, but I repose trust in your mercy, not in my effort. I repose trust in your favor, not in my effort. Negro think he's going to do something to fix his own self up, he's in trouble. It ain't going to work. So, this is my humble effort to attract your favor. But I repose trust in your mercy, not in my effort. Not in my effort. That's why Allah is Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. O Allah, create light in my heart and light in my grave, and light in front and light in my back, and light at my right, light at my left, right, and light above me and light below me, and all around me, light, light, light. O Allah, create light in my hearing and light in my sight, so you can see what you're doing, and so you can hear stuff and you hear what's good for you and what's good for humanity. Because you don't want just extra regular sight. Everybody can see this and see that. But to see it and understand it and comprehend it. Light in my sight and light in my flesh and light in my blood and light in my bones. O Allah, increase light in me and grant light to me and let me live with light so people can see. That's the way to go. Look at that boy lit up like a Christmas tree. Or like some other tree. Above all limitations is the Lord, who has enshrouded himself with honor and majesty and adopted the garb and practice of mercifulness and graciousness. Just like Allah created for himself the rule of mercy and kindness, all that. He put that on himself. Can't nobody tell him what to do or nothing. But as the Quran say, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has ordained for himself the rule of mercy. Above all limitations is the Lord, who extends his grace to his bondsmen. Above all limitations is he, whose special attributes are majesty and generosity. I had 1,000 of these, and I'm not going to read them. I'm going to just mention a few things. So Thursday, if it's all right, we could come again Thursday. Could we come Thursday? Thursday, we're going to outline a more detailed, what we, this was just an overall, and we'll close with, let's see what we'll close with. Yeah, because we're going to open and close with dua so that we know ourselves. We're off the Abrahamic attitude of I want to see for myself. Look, hey, we already know. And that wasn't just something for arrogance, but that was something for, so when we talking to those people, we